Okay, so Saturday we have covered the strings, right? Which is the first sequence type in Python. So we'll be looking at the second sequence step, which will be list. Okay, list is kind of pretty much similar to strings, but there are kind of few changes in this. So what is exactly list? Okay, list can store multiple values in single variable. So far we have seen variables like we are creating variables with single value, right? So we can store those variables into a single collection, which will be the list. Okay, so how we can create a list? So we just need to enclose all our variables which we need to collect into a single list into square brackets, or we can use list keyword, list of collection which we have with us. Okay, so let's do that practically. Just a second. Let's say I am defining one list which will whose name will be list one. Okay. Just remember that you can't use inbuilt keywords as variable names. If you do this, it will override the inbuilt Python list method. Okay, and it will kind of throw unnecessary errors. So I can include variables here like 2, 3, 4. It's basically kind of sequence, and also I can include some words as well like apple, orange. Okay, so if you see this, I'm just executing this. So sorry. So this is nothing but collection of elements, items. Okay, each one is one item. I'm directly defining items here. So you can do one more thing. Like you can also take them into different variables. Okay, B is equal to 3, C is equal to apple. Let's say you have three variables with you. So okay, this is incorrect syntax. We can directly pack them into list. Okay, list two is equal to list of A comma B comma C. Okay. See, if you have, let's say, print now list one and list two. You can see this, right? First is the list one, which we have defined, and second is the list two. So this is basically collection of items. List is collection of items, okay? And items can be of any data type. It's not like you need to store only integer values in one list or strings in one list. You can store basically any type, any complex data types in Python. You can store them as inside list, okay? And then items in list are ordered, mutable, and equal other duplicates. So ordered in the sense items will be in defined order. Like let's say we have initialized the list. So order will start from zero and it will go to the max element. Okay. That the order will be in defined state. And when we are inserting any new elements using append methods, like basically if we are directly adding any elements to list, those will by default sit at the left rightmost corner since it is ordered from left to right. Okay. And then they are mutable. So in list, we can modify the list. Okay. Let's say we have assigned items initially, and we might like in the course of our application, we might need to update them. Like we need to update list items based on the index values. So you can do that. It will allow us to update them. And also you can store duplicates. It's not like list should have same like unique values. You can store same values like multiple same values within a same list. Okay. And as you know, indexing always starts at zero. Okay. As I said, list items can be of any data type. It can be list itself. You can store list inside list, which will be the nested list. Okay. And if you see here, I'm defining list three, which will be You can use strings. As I said, I have defined integers and strings, right? Let's say we can also include list as well here. And we can also include some other data types like dictionary. A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2, sort of thing. Okay. If I type list 3 now, you can see this. This will be the first element. This will be the second item within the main list. And this will be the third item, whole list. And within that, there will be one more sub list, right? The main one is the main list, and just inside that we have sub list. And then this is the dictionary. Okay, just a second. So this is the dictionary within a list. Okay, I will cover dictionaries in coming sessions. And how we can access list items. We have seen accessing string items, right? String characters. So this will be the same way. In string, we'll be having kind of a set of characters. Basically, in this we can it can hold any sort of data types. So indexing will be same in this. We'll be accessing them using indexing positions, which will start at 0 by default. And then we have negative index, same as strings, and it will start from -1. Okay. And then we can use the slicing. Like we can access a range of elements using the slicing. We have covered this as well, right, in strings. So just a quick refresher we can do here. Okay. Let's say we have list 3 and I am planning to access the third one, which will be 2, this 3 of 2, which is the second like sub list within the main list. So this is my third element, right? Third item, which like this is the sub list and this is the main list. From main list, I have accessed second item, and within sub list, I wanted to access the second item again, which will be 5. I need to access the value of 5 here. So what I can do is on this sub list, I can sorry, it's 2, right? Sorry, 1. So this is the 5. You see what I am doing here? List 3 is the main list. I am accessing second element of the main list, which will be this one, 456. And from this sublist again, I'm accessing the first one, which is the second one in our terms. Okay. And let's say we have one more list inside this. Let's say I have one more list, which will be A, comma, B, comma, C. So now I have like one more list within a list. So now we have 3 levels of nesting here. One is main one, second one, and third level. So now this is my second item of the main list, okay, which will be having 2 lists again within that. So from this, I need to access the first one, which is the sub list, okay, and within sub list, I need to access this C, which will be the second item in my third list, okay. If I do this, now you can see like we will be able to access C. So this sort of nesting, it can go to any level. There is no restrictions on that nesting level. You can go like into any much depth, okay? Any depth inside list and you can access elements. This is basically nested list access, okay? And then we have this slicing, right? Same as the strings. We can access a range of elements. Like this is the second one, this is the third one, and this is the fourth one. Okay, right? This is the fourth one. Okay, all this is a single element, right? So yeah, let me define one more list now for covering slicing. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So I have 7 elements in this, and let's say this 3 of I need to access element second to fifth one. So I can do that second, third, fourth, and fifth. Okay, because this will be exclusive, the end index of the slice. Okay, and then you can perform negative indexing as well. Let's say I need to access all the elements from last to fourth position. I can do this 4, 5, 6. We won't get 7 because this is exclusive. And if we remove this thing here, it will access all the elements starting from n-4 to end. Okay, you can get all the elements here. We can be able to fall back to the running. Yeah, yeah. So that's what, right? I am telling this is list. Okay, we can store any sort of items within list, objects within list. So this is the list object. And these flower brackets are dictionaries. If you observe here, we have key and value, key and value. So we haven't covered this yet. We'll be covering this. I'm just giving that so that you'll be understanding that we can store any sort of elements. Okay. Just ignore it for now. That is a dictionary, Python dictionary basically. I'll come to that later. And then changing list items, right? As I said, we can change the list items. Like once we have defined a list, we can update the list. We can modify list. We can do anything. We can remove elements. We can change elements. We can add elements to the list. Okay. And how we can do that? If we need to update some element of the list, some item of the list based on the index position, we can do that using we need to define list of the index position where we need to insert the new value. Okay. And we need to assign it to new value, updated value. Okay. Now this list will be getting the updated value. Okay. This is one way. And second way, we can update range of values at once. Instead of single value, let's say we need to update three or four values. We can do at once by using this slicing notation. We can define range of indexes and their respective values here. Okay, understood? And if you remove all the items in given range and replaces. Also, what happens here? We have taken items 2, 3, 4, 5, and we are assigning four values here. So it will replace second, third, fourth, and fifth item of list with the new values which we have given here. Okay. Let's say we have given less items. Okay, then which we have removed. Let's say we are removing these four items from the list, right? And we are giving only three items. We are giving only three items, but we have removed like we have given range which includes four items from the current list, and we are assigning only three items. So what happens in that case? All these things will be replaced with only three values, and the list length will be reduced. I'll show it practically. Same happens with items to be replaced. If we have, let's say, if we are removing four indexes, we are trying to replace four indexes and we have given some 5 to 6 values, more than that. What happens in that case? It will kind of increase the length of list. It will replace all these four with the first four, and whatever extra we have, those also will be inserted into the list. Okay. Let's see practically. We have this list three with us, right? And list three, let's say initially I'm updating the second one, second item of the list, and this will be three, right? I'm replacing it with word. I'm replacing number three with word three. Okay. If I see the list three now, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It has replaced this second one, which will be basically third one in our case. Okay. And then I can do this list three of 2 to 5. I am replacing the three elements. Okay. The second one here is again 3, 4, and 5, right? So what I am doing now, I am changing it back to number, this 3. Okay. And I have this 4 with me, and I have this 5 with me. So I am taking three elements and I am replacing them with these values. Okay. And if you access the list 3 now, you can see this, right? Initially we have 3 here. Now it is changed back to 3 again. Okay. And we have 4 and 5. Okay. Now let's say I am removing this here and I'm taking I'm trying to replace three items, but I'm kind of providing only two items. Okay. Now we have list three, which will be storing 1, 2, 3, like 1 to 7. And I'm trying to replace three items. Okay. I'm trying to replace three items with new three items. Update basically three list items, but I have provided only two here. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4. It's kind of remote 5, but there is no value here. So the now length of the list now became like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now length of the list became 6. Initially the length of the list is 7. So what it's trying to do here, it is taking all these indexes and it's trying to fill one after one element iteratively, recursively. It will first fill the three and then it will go to four, it will fill the four. Next, for the third one, which we have removed, it's not finding anything. So it will just leave it like this. Okay. And then we have list three. Again, I am defining list three. And let's say here I am giving 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. Now this is my list three, and I am planning to replace, like update three values starting from second, 2, 3, 4. But in the values, I have given five values, which I am replacing here. To see here, okay, let me do this also. Three to avoid confusion. So if I execute this statement now, you can see initially our list length is 7, right? Now if you see here, I'm trying to remove 3, 4, 5, and I'm trying to replace them with watts 3, 4, 5. But I have given 6 and 7 additionally. What this will do, as I said, it will just remove three items starting from second index position, and it will replace them iteratively, recursively from the new list which you have given. And then these two extra items also will be added. Okay, understood, right? Syllabus.
Hi,
Yeah, right.
I didn't understand that logic. Like list is list three equal to two is to five. That
Okay,
last.
okay, okay. So this is the this is list three, right? Which we have defined initially, and this contains seven elements. Okay, seven items, right?
Okay.
Okay. Then what I am trying to do here, I am trying to replace like items starting from index position 2 to 5. Okay. So what it will do, it will try to replace 2, 3, 4, three items, because the last ending index in the range will be exclusive, right? So it won't consider index 5. So we have 2, 3, 4, which are 3, 4, 5, right? I'm trying to replace this 3, 4, 5 with watts. Okay, numbers 3, 4, 5 with watts 3, 4, 5. If I do that, you can see. Okay, I think I need to re-execute this one. So what it's trying to do here, we have 1 to 7, right, in numeric format, and we're replacing 3, 4, 5 with word notation of 3, 4, 5. Okay. Hello.
Still not getting. That five is how works.
Sorry.
In the condition two is to five is there, right?
Yeah,
There.
that's what this 5 will be exclusive. In the sense, in Python, the when we are defining this range of index, 5 will be exclusive, and end index will be exclusive. So it won't consider 5. Okay, it will consider 2, 3, 4, and it won't consider 5. Okay, here if you see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2, 3, 4 are basically 3, 4, 5 numbers in our list. Okay,
Uh,
so it won't consider 5 index.
uh,
When I say 2 to 5, what it will do 2 comma 3 comma 4. When I say some 2 to 7, it will go till 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it won't consider the last one. It is exclusive.
uh,
Clear, right?
but it
Hello.
is considering the last one because of that only. That five is changed as five,
No, no,
right?
no, 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 no. If you see here, it is starting from 0. List index is starting from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. If I say list of 4 here, this is 5. If I say list of 5 here, that is 6. Okay.
Okay.
This is index. Just remember, this is index, not item. List 3 of 2 into 2 is to 5. This is nothing but items in list 3 from index position 2 to index position 4. Okay. It won't consider 5. Now index position in list start from 0. 0,
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Length of list is 7, but index position will stop at 6. The reason being our index is starting at 0. Okay. Even
Okay.
this is same here. Since we have 0, we have given here 2 to 5, right? So it will start considering 3 from 3. Okay. Item 3, item 4, item 5. Clear, right?
Okay, clear, clear.
So indexing will start from 0. Just try to remember that always. In any sort of collections in Python, indexing will start from 0, not from 1.
Okay.
And what I did here, I'm replacing items these 345 with 345. Okay, it's doing without any issues. Now let's say I'm trying to replace three items, but I have given only two items here. Okay,
Uh,
and if I execute this, you can see it has 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't have 5 here. The reason being, when making this assignment replacement, we have asked list to replace element 5 also with the values which we are providing, right?
yes.
But we haven't provided anything here. So initially it's kind of, it will remove all these index positions and it will recursively replace one item with another. So since we have
Okay.
only two, it has done only two replacements, two updations, and it kind of skipped the third one. So now the length of the list became 6. Okay, initially it's
Yes.
7, now it's became 6. Now again, let's say we have list 3, and again what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to update three values from same index position, but I have given five values in my updating list. Okay. What I'm telling list is just take items from 2 to 4 index positions and replace them with these things. Okay. And if I do this, again, this method will do same thing. It will assign 2 to 5 with 3, 4, 5, and we have two extra items here. So it will kind of insert them as well here. Okay, now list length will become 8, right? Sorry, 9, because we have 9 elements now here. Clear, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, and then adding elements. So as I said, we can add elements to list using append method. Okay. If I are trying to add only single item, we can use append method. It will just insert item at the rightmost corner of the list since it is ordered one. So we can also insert any elements at specific index. This will do at add element at end of the list, right? We can do insertion in between list if we need to insert any element at any particular index. We can do that using insert method. And also we can kind of add elements from other collections as well. We can do that from other list, tuple, set, or dictionary using extend method. So here, append will add single value. Using extend, we can add elements from second list or second collection to first one iteratively. Okay, so let's get that practically. Okay. Now again, let's say I have list 4 with same items. Okay. So I have list 4 with me now, and it is having 7 elements. So if I do list 4 dot append of 8, I'm assigning eighth number to this. So if I try to access list 4 now, you can see the element is inserted to at the rightmost corner of the list. In this order, append will always work in this order. It will always try to append elements to end of the list. Okay. Let's say I have one more list here, which is list 5. Okay. And list 5 contains elements. We have till 7, right? 8, comma 9, comma 10, comma 11. Okay. We have 4 elements in list 5. And we need to append these elements to list 4. Okay. If I do again list 4 dot append of list 5, I have done list 4 dot append of list 5. Okay, I think list 5 is not different. So, can you guess what happens here? What I did is list 4 dot append of list 5. Can you get what will be the output of this list 4 now? Can you guess what might be the output? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, continuously replay. Okay. So this is where we might get confused. So when we make this append, if you observe output now, see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it has inserted whole list as is. It has inserted whole list as is. So the reason being append will treat this as a single item. It may be simple variable or it may be collection or it may be some other thing. It will consider it as a single variable, single item, and it will treat it as a single item and it will insert whole item as is. This is append. So, but what we are trying to do is we need to append elements, all elements in this list to this one by one. Okay. For doing that, what we can do is we can do extend. Okay. So append is basically just append it. Whatever value we are trying to do, just append it to the list one. But extend in the sense, it will try to extend. We are asking the list to extend itself using the elements provided in the second list. Okay, so if I execute this now, you can see the items are added one by one, such that so that the list is extended. Now length of the list in this case, when we are appending, length of the list will be 8. In this case, length of the list will be 11. Okay. If I try to print the length of the list here, length of the list now will be 11. The reason being extend method will extend the length of the list using the collection items. So it can be anything. It can be list or it can be tuple or it can be set. There are many collection objects in Python, right? Any sort of collection we can extend using this extend method. And then we have insert right now. Let's say I have list 4 on 4. Now I am trying to insert an item at second index. Okay. Trying to add one item at second index of this instead of appending it at the end of the list. Okay. So I can do that using, I just need to give index position and then the word here. Okay. Item which needs to be inserted. If you see now, okay, I think it's no, it's length of list, right? I need to access the list here. You see 0, 1, 2. What insert element is doing is instead of appending at the very end, I am inserting this item at second index position of the list. Now it became 1, 2, 2. Same thing, the element is appended, but it's kind of inserted in between where we wanted to do that. Okay. These are basically like adding items to list. Now we have removing items, how to remove items from list. Okay. So using the remove keyword, we can use the remove keyword and we can directly remove item from the list. Okay. And even pop will do same thing. Even pop will do same thing that removes item from any index which we have given. So the main difference between remove and pop here is using remove, we can directly remove item. We need to specify the item which is in the list. Let's say we have a list of numbers and we don't want the number 7 to be part of list. We need to provide 7 directly. In case of pop, we need to provide index position of the like number 7. So we need to provide pop of 6, which will be the index position where 7 is present in our list. Okay. And then we can also use delete keyword. Okay. Even delete will be doing same thing. Delete of list of 7 will be doing same thing. It's same as remove only. And using delete method, we can also delete entire list from the memory. Memory in the sense, it won't empty the list. Okay. It will directly delete the list from memory. So there won't be that list variable now in our memory. We need to recreate it. If we use delete word to this delete word will be kind of useful when we need to perform like some memory management when trying to code. Okay. Let's say we have this list four, right? Okay. Executing this again. So we have list four. Now if I do remove of four, okay, five, sorry. I'm doing list four dot remove five and I'm trying to access list four again. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. It's kind of directly removed 5 from the list, okay? And if I do same thing using pop, you can see here it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's removed 6 now. The reason being using pop, we are trying to remove the items in this index. So in our list at index position 5, we have 6. So it removed that 6 from here. And you can do same using this like if you are not providing anything here in pop, okay, you are not providing anything pop in pop, what this will be do, this will directly remove the last element. If nothing is provided to pop will kind of just pops the last element, very last element from the list, okay. And let's say I need to delete something. Like we can use delete. Delete is the inbuilt Python keyword. We can use delete for deleting any sort of thing. It may be variables, it may be objects, it may be some complex data types like scientific data types like data frames or anything. So you can delete anything basically from memory. Let's say I'm doing delete list for now and it's kind of deleted list 4. Now, if I try to access list 4, it will throw up error saying that list 4 is not defined. The reason being I have deleted list 4 completely from memory. Okay. Now looping through list. Okay. Same as string, we can use a for loop or while loop to loop through the list. Okay. We can just for item in list printed print item or else for index position in range of index print list of I. Same with while loop. We can use while loop and we can just loop through the list one by one. While true, print a list of item. You can do that. But these for and while loops will be kind of covering in depth during that conditional statements and these flow control statements. Okay. And we can also use list comprehension. List comprehension is nothing but it will offer a short syntax for us. Okay. It will offer a short syntax. So it will make our things look a bit organized and code will be kind of bit, what you say, uh, neat basically. Code will look clean. The reason being, using list comprehension, we can remove the usage of loops basically. For loops are nice, but if you are using too many for loops in code, that code will look really bad. Okay. So we need to, while coding, our main aim is to reduce usage of loops as much as possible. Okay. Now coming to the same list, we have this list four, right, with us, list four and list five. And for item in list 4. Okay. What it will do for each item in list 4, print of item. Okay. Then is equal to this thing. So just don't bother about this. I'll explain what those end and all. Okay. Now, if you see here, what I am doing is for each item in list 4, I'm kind of taking that and printing here. Okay. And if I remove this end, you can kind of get what I'm trying to do. See, for each item, it is looping through the list one by one and it's printing that here. Okay. And you can do this using IDEX index as well. For index in or else 0, Come on. No, no. We can give range of length of this 4. Okay. Print of this 4 of index. So even this will do same thing. The difference between the first for one for implementation and second is in first one we are directly looping through the elements of the list. Now if you see here, I am looping through the index positions of the list. First one is we are directly looping through items. In second case, we are looping through index positions. Now this we have this range, right? This range is a inbuilt Python function, range function. So range of values. Range is nothing but range of values from 0 to length of list. So it range of this 0 to length of list. Let's see. Let's take it into new thing. If you see here, this will be range of 0, comma 7. So from 0 to 7, it will be taking one range. This will be a constructor object. Constructors will be covering that. And if I'm looping through this, okay, for I in range of list of 4, print of I. It will print basically elements from 0 to 6 because range will start at 0 and it will end at end position -1 because end range will always be exclusive. Okay. So basically here we are trying to loop through index of the list and if you see his print here, I'm trying to access this index cell like index position. I'm trying to access list elements using index position in this case. In previous case, I'm kind of directly printing item. I'm kind of directly printing without any index. And then, okay, we have list comprehension, right? Let's say we have this list and we have one more list, okay? List file and which will be list of range of 0, comma 50. Okay. So what this is, we have this range function, which is basically gives values starting from 0 to 50, or else let's say 1 to 50. So we are taking all numbers from range 1 to 50, and we are kind of converting them to list. Range of 1 comma 50 will take numbers in the 1 and 50 range. And using this list of method, we are converting them to list. Okay. Now list 5 will be holding numbers 1 to 50. Okay. If I try to access list 5 now, it is holding numbers 1 to 50 here. Okay. 1 to 50. So 1 to 49 basically. The reason being, if I give here 51, you can get numbers 1 to 50. Okay. Now let's say I have this list with me and I need to print all the items. Sorry, I need to create a new list and new list will contain all the items which are multiples of 2. Those should be even numbers basically. We know even and odd numbers, right? So our even list, we need to basically create two lists. Okay. One will be the even list and one will be the odd list. Okay. Now even list. Even list should contain only numbers which are even and same with odd. Okay. Now for doing this, what I need to do number in for number in list 5. Okay. For number in list 5, I'm taking first number. So for checking even condition, what I need to do is if I do if number modulo 2 is equal to 0. Okay. So if you remember our operators, what modulo function will be doing? Okay. Modulo function will give us reminder. Okay. If I am dividing 10 by 2, 10 is kind of exactly multiple by 2. So I won't get any reminder. I'll get 0 as reminder. If I do some 11 by 2, 11% modulo 2, the reminder will be 1. And if I do 12, the remainder will be 0. So for all the even numbers are exactly divisible by 2. Okay, we won't get any reminder. So we'll be using that condition here. So for every number in list 5, if number is number modulo 2 equal to 0, I'm saying if number is exactly multiple by 2, which makes number even. If number is even, even list dot append of number. So I am looping through each and every element of the list file and I am checking if it is even or not. If it is even, I'm kind of just appending it. Okay, means this is empty list now. I'm trying to append all even numbers to this list. Okay, only when number is even, I'm going inside loop and I'm appending it. So I will cover this flow control statements. It's kind of basically very interesting one. So just remember what I'm trying to do here. Okay. Now if I print the even list, you can see I have only numbers, even numbers, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and so on. We don't have any sort of odd number here. Okay. So now if you see what I did, I have initially initialized a list and I'm looping through each and every list and I'm checking for any every condition and then I'm appending them. So these are 4 lines. Now using list comprehension, I can squash these 4 lines. Basically, I can reduce these 4 lines of code into single line. Okay. So we are trying to create even list. Okay. And it should contain number. Okay. Number per number in list 5 if number percentile to equal to 0. So this is it. Okay. All the 4 lines which we have here, what this particular code is doing, I can do that using this thing. So this is basically list comprehension. We are kind of comprehension, like we are defining a list comprehensively using conditions and loopings. Okay, within list. Now what this will do? It will contain number. This list will contain number, and number will be from list file. If you see here, comprehension number for number in list file. Okay. So for each number in list 5, we are taking that number and also we are checking condition if number is divisible even or not. For all the numbers in list 5, we are checking if number is even or not. And if number is even, we are taking that inside this list. Okay. Now if I am printing this even list, it'll be you can observe it's doing same thing. The like the thing task which we have accomplished in 4 lines now has been reduced to a single line. So this is kind of very, very useful when we are writing long, long pages, lines of code, because we can't kind of keep on doing unnecessary for loops, right? It will make code look ugly. So this is one of the most powerful thing. It is not confined to only list. You can do any sort of compressions. We'll be covering tuples, set, dictionary, so with each item, so for list tuple and set, the comprehension will be same basically. For dictionary, it's kind of changing. I'll be explaining for dictionary. But for just remember for list tuple and sets, which are sequential objects, like the comprehension will be same in the same format. Like we need to have the list definition and we need to loop through the list and we need to define this thing. Okay. Initially, it will be bit difficult to grasp this comprehension concept. Like going forward with practice, you can easily master this. Okay, this is basically list comprehension, and also you can do same thing with odd list, right? We thought of odd list. So in this case, instead of equal to 0, just make it not equal to 0. It will automatically become odd numbers. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to print odd list again. You will see now we have odd numbers just because we have changed the condition. Okay. So we are clear, right? Till this comprehension, everyone. Sorry, everyone. Yeah. Guru, Varshita, and Honda Reddy, you are clear, right? Till now. Any doubts? Hello.
Clear, sir. Clear.
No
Okay,
doubts.
okay. So now we have sort list. So sort list is nothing but, let's say we have kind of doing performing some operation, some program, and items will be kind of appended or inserted in any order. So basically, the end list which we have, we might need to have it in some specific order. Let's say we have a list of numbers, then we need to sort them ascending in ascending order or descending order, from smallest to largest or largest to smallest. Same with in case of alphabets. Like we need to start from A and we need to go to Z. We need to sort it alphabetically. So we can do them using this sort keyword. We can use this sort keyword. Let's show this practically. So we have this list, right? Then we have this list six, which contains unordered items. Okay, will contain items in any order. You see the list here is unordered. There is no specific order for this list now. So if we use list six dot sort, okay. Now what this will be doing, this will just sort the items in ascending order. Okay, in ascending order. Now if I try to access the list six, you can see elements are started in like sorted in ascending order. It will start from 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. It's basically sort elements in ascending order. Let's say we need to sort them in descending order. Okay. What I need to do here is within this sort method, I need to define reverse. Okay. This reverse is a parameter which I am passing to this sort method. Reverse is going to true. So reverse is going to true is nothing but I am asking sort to like I'm asking the sort method to sort elements in list, but in reverse order, which will be descending order. Now, if I try to access list six, you can see it will sort items in descending order. Okay. And we have advanced sort as well. Okay. Advanced sort. Okay. So sort list alphabetically or numerically, right? And sort reverse. Okay. I think I have repeated it again here. For sorting, this is kind of very important. Okay. We have numbers here, right? We have numbers here. Let's say I'm including some alphabets here. Okay. See. Now, if I try to sort this, it will throw error. The reason being, it can't run comparison between letter A and 1. We can't compare one string with alphabet, right? Sorry, one number with alphabet. So the element should be of same type. Okay, element should be of same type. Now all these are strings. If I'm running this sort, now it will exist. The reason being we have same data types here, and it is sorting them in descending order, alphabetically descending order. Okay, the data type should be same. And then we have this key. As I said, we can perform some advanced sorting using this key thing. Okay. Within this sort method, we can define this key, like we can pass this key parameter, which will be kind of performing some advanced sortings. So if you take this case, we have this my function. Okay. Just remember, this is just a function which will take a number and it will return number minus 50. Okay. Don't go deep into what function is. We are right to cover that. Just remember, this is a simple function. Within simple function, what we are doing is we are just taking a number and we are subtracting it from 50. And this ABS is nothing but absolute. Okay. We have these methods. I'll explain those. Absolute in the sense, let's say, I think I should have covered it in operators. Okay. Let's say I have 2 minus 50. So 2 minus 50 is 48, minus 48, right? So this will give us absolute value, which is nothing but it will kind of normalize the signs. It may be positive or it may be negative. So absolute, when we are using absolute, it will just make the value absolute, positive. Okay, what we are doing here is, okay, I'm taking a number, I'm subtracting it from 50, and the result, absolute value of the result, I'm returning it. from this function. And let's say we have this list 100, 50, 65, 82. These are the items. Okay. Now let's say here list is equal to 100, 52, 35, 48, 49, 150, 10. Okay. These are the items in my list. Okay. Now I'm defining my function. We need to use def keyword. Just ignore it for now. Okay. Just remember that this function is taking a number and returning absolute value after subtracting it by 50. Okay. Absolute of n minus 50. And now I am sorting this again. List dot sort of Okay. Now I am giving key is equal to my function. Okay. Now I am asking it to sort elements. Okay. Using this order. So this order is basically it will it will subtract each element from like each item with 50 and it will return absolute value. So now I wanted to sort list such that it is sorted in a way like the number which is very close to 50. That will be the very first element in my list. A number which is kind of far away from my 50. That will be the last element in the list. Okay. So if I do this now, you can see here. From this list, we have 49, 52, 48, 32, sorry, 35, 10, 100, and 150. The reason being, it will take each element and it will subtract it from 50 and it will take absolute value. So now I am sorting this in such a way that the order of elements should be in the order which like starting from close. The number closest to 50 should come first and number which is far away from 50 should come last. If you observe 49 is the kind of first element which is close to 50. It can be above 50 or below 50. The reason we are using this absolute here, right? So this will convert negatives into like 10 minus 50. It will be converted into 40 because of this absolute keyword. Okay. And we have this 49. Then we have 52, 48. Both at equal positions, right? Since 52 was encountered first, it's giving it here. Then we have 48 and then 35, which is kind of 15 places away from number 50. And then we have 50, 10, which is 40 places away from 50. And then 100, which is again 50 places away from 50. So using sort, you can kind of perform advanced sorting. Just remember this key one, this key parameter. After defining these functions, which you like function after covering these functions, you can kind of relate this with that. Okay, because you are right to know this function concept, right? And then even sort method as Python, even sort method is always case sensitive. It will kind of start with capital letters. Okay, it will sort everything with capitals. Okay, if we have apple with a capital and apple with a small, first in our order will be apple and then small apple. Okay, let's say we have one more list here. List 2 is equal to, as I said, apple and bag tag. Okay, this is my list 2. If I perform list 2 dot sort here, if I perform list 2 dot sort here. Okay, what we did? Okay, if you see here, first we got and. Even though this is alphabetically A is lesser than B, since we are given it in small case, this will be treated as the like this one. The reason being, Python will always sort things. This sort method will always treat what's starting with capital as the priority ones. Okay, just remember. If yeah, we conclude the A is only capital, then here, yes. Yeah, then this will be kind of coming in the second or second. The reason being, these two are having A as common, and then it will try to compare N. We have this N and P. Since N is less than P, first we'll get AND here. So alphabetical in the sense, If we are giving same sequence, it will compare each and everything. If we have both ands here, then it will print and. Or else it will keep on like comparing, like first letter, then second letter from two words, third letter from two words. So sorting here works in that way. Okay. And then we can use key. Okay, we can use key again. As I said, we have this key method here, right? We can use that key method to avoid these sort of issues. Okay, let's say we might need to sort them as we required. Okay, I need to give key here. If you see, we got the expected sorting here. Apple, sorry, ant, apple, bat, and cat. Okay. No, sorry, let's say and see ant, apple, bat, and cat. The reason being, I'm passing key as string dot lower. We know that lower method will convert string from to lower case. Whichever case the string is in, string dot lower will convert it into lower case. Okay. Now here string dot lower, what this thing is doing, it will take each element here and it will convert it into lower. This is same as this custom function which we have passed. Here I'm passing my func. Here I'm passing directly string dot lower method. Okay. Now we have this reverse. Okay. What reverse will be doing? It's basically reverses the list. Okay. Starting from end to beginning. We have a list in one order, right? We can just reverse that order using this reverse keyword. We just need to give list dot reverse, okay? Then it will kind of just reverse it, okay? Then we have copy list, okay? We know these variables, right? A is equal to 8, B is equal to 9. And if we perform C is equal to A, it will assign value of 8 to C as well. But this is not case with the list, okay? The reason being, these are kind of mutable objects. Mutable objects in the sense they can dynamically get changed. Okay. And if I do this sort of assignment, like list two is equal to list one sort of assignment, I have taken list one and I am assigning list two this. This won't achieve our requirement. The reason being, list two is equal to list one. It will only create reference of list two to the reference of list one. Okay. It will only create reference of list one to list two so that list 2 will be pointed to list 1's memory location. And if we are making any changes in list 1, that will be reflected in list 2. But what we are trying to do, we are trying to copy list 1 to list 2 and we are trying to perform some operations on that. Okay. So what we can do in this case is we can use list.copy. List.copy will copy list 1 into list 2. So let's do this practically. We have this list 2, right? Let's say I have list 3, which will contain. Okay, list 3 is going to list 2. Okay. I'm just creating list 2, thinking that I can just copy using this assignment operator here. And let's say now list 3 contains these values, same as list 2. Now I am doing list 2 of 2 is equal to updated. I have just updated this one. List 2. Sorry. I am just updating the second index, which is backed with updated value. Now if I try to access list 2, you can see this is updated from bad. It's become updated now. If I try to access list 3 now, you can see I haven't done anything on list 3. I'm just assigning it, like I'm just copying this using assignment operator, thinking that the list items will be copied. And I'm making changes in list 2, not in list 3. But list 3 is kind of items in list 3 also updated. The reason being, list 3 will be referenced. Okay, it will create reference of list 2 to list 3. Any sort of changes happening in list 2 that will be reflected in list 3. Okay, just be careful with these assignments when you are kind of programming things. Okay, now what I am doing again, list 3 is equal to list 2 dot copy. Now I'm doing same thing again. I'm taking list 2, I'm performing list 3 is equal to list 2 dot copy. Now I'm copying the list and I'm updating list 2. Okay, and I'm updating list 2. Now if I check list 2, we have this same again and updated and cat. If I try to access list 3, you can see this list 3 is not changed. It actually copied list 2 and it assigned it to list 3 in different memories. It kind of not creating reference. It's actually copying the list directly. So now whatever performs operations we are performing here, those will be not reflected in this. Okay. We have one more advanced copy and deep copy thing, which will be used in nested list, especially. So I'll be covering that after this. Okay. Fair enough. We have this joining list, right? So joining list, what joining list? We can just use the plus operator for joining two lists. Same as this string, right? In string we'll be using plus, right? List one plus list two will basically give us the combined list, both lists. It's same as extend method. And then we can use append method with for loop. Okay. We have seen this, right? Creating like event method, even list sort of thing. So we can loop through each and every element from list one and we can append it to list two. Okay. And as you know, extend method. We can use extend method also for joining two lists. Okay. I'll show this for one, but ideally we shouldn't be using this one. Okay. For item in list three. Okay. List two dot append of item. So I'm looping through each and every element from list 3 and I'm appending it to list 2. Okay. Now, if you see here, list 2 now. So we have this initially list 2, apple and updated and cat. And I'm kind of looping through list 3 as well, which also contains same elements. And I'm just appending them one by one. But this is kind of least preferred. Just don't use this, okay? You can always go with extend operator, okay? Or else you can go with list 2 plus list 3. And you can assign it to new variable. Even this will be doing same thing. We'll just append two lists, join two lists basically. So, but just always try to use append and extend methods, okay? Those are kind of straightforward and easily understandable. And ignore doing these operations, plus operator and join. Just remember, we can also do using that things, okay? And then we have count, same as count, string count, right? Using count, we can count number of times an item is present in the list. Okay. Same as index. What index will do? It will provide index position of the item. Okay, let's see this practically. We have a list two, right? With these elements, apple and we have apple three times and three times updated one time, right? So if I now do list two dot count of apple will give us two things. Okay. So this is the things which we have here. Okay. So okay, we have only two times. Apple is present two times in the list, right? If I'm doing list two dot count of apple, we'll get output as two. The reason being it's occurring two times. Let's say if I'm performing list dot index of updated, you'll get two. The reason being updated is present in index position two. Okay. Okay, I need some 5 more minutes. So basically, okay, that's fine. We have this copy and deep copy method. We'll be covering in tomorrow's session. Okay, I need some more time, at least 15 minutes for this. Okay, I'll be covering this in tomorrow's session. So for now, this is it. Okay, tomorrow we'll be covering tuples and this copy and deep copy tuples, and if time permits, we'll move on to other object like collection objects like set and dictionary as well. Okay. So this is pretty much it for today. We have covered mostly everything which is part of list. Okay. So if you have any sort of questions or any sort of doubts, just let me know quickly. Guys, you are good with things, right? Honda Reddy, Varshita, Guru Vishnu. Do you have any doubts, any questions?
No doubts.
Hello.
Yes, no doubts.
Okay, that's fine. I'm closing today's session. So In some 1 hour or so, I'll be giving the assignment. Okay. I don't have time to create assignment. So I'll be creating a assignment on list and I'll be giving it to you people. Okay. So you just need to go through all the things which we have seen today and you just need to try to complete assignment on yourselves. Okay.